This is Daily English Talk. Real English every day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Talk, the channel where we use real ideas from real books to help you grow your English, one conversation at a time. I am so happy you are here today. Whether this is your first time watching or you come back every week, thank you. You are part of this community, and this channel is made for you. Today, we are going to do something a little different. We are not just going to practice English, we are going to learn something that might actually change the way you see the world. We are going to talk about a very famous book. The name of the book is The Tipping Point: How Little Things Can Make a Big Difference. The author is Malcolm Gladwell. He is one of the most popular writers in the world today. Do not worry, I am going to explain everything in simple English. I will speak slowly, I will repeat the most important ideas, and I will give you many everyday examples so you can really understand. Are you ready? Let's begin. Section 1. The Big Question. Let me start with a question, a simple question. Have you ever seen something go from unknown to famous very fast? Maybe it was a song. One week, nobody knew it. The next week, everyone was singing it. Maybe it was a restaurant. One month, it was quiet and empty. The next month, there was a long line outside every single night. Maybe it was a word, a style of clothing, or a new app on your phone. You probably thought, how did this happen so fast? What changed? This is exactly the question that Malcolm Gladwell tries to answer in his book, The Tipping Point. And the answer is surprising. It is not about money. It is not about luck. It is not about working harder than everyone else. The answer is about a moment, one very specific and very powerful moment. Section 2. What is a tipping point? Let me explain this phrase carefully, because it is the heart of everything in this book. The word tipping comes from the verb to tip. When something tips, it falls forward after being balanced for a long time. Imagine a glass of water sitting near the edge of a table. It is leaning slowly to one side. Then, one small push, and it falls completely. That moment of falling, that is the tipping point. A tipping point is the moment when something small suddenly becomes something big. Before the tipping point, change is slow, very slow, almost invisible. You cannot really see it happening. But then something small shifts, something moves just a little, and suddenly everything changes. The change becomes fast, strong, and impossible to stop. Let me give you a simple picture. Think about pushing a very heavy rock up a hill. You push and push. The rock moves slowly. It is hard work. Nobody notices. Then the rock reaches the very top of the hill, and suddenly you do not need to push anymore. The rock rolls down by itself, faster and faster. Nothing can stop it now. That moment at the top of the hill, when the rock starts moving on its own, that is the tipping point. Section 3. The water and the boiling point. Malcolm Gladwell uses a beautiful science example to explain this idea, and I want to share it with you now. Think about water in a pot on the stove. You turn on the heat, the water gets warmer, then hotter. But if you look at the pot for the first few minutes, nothing seems to be happening. The water just looks like water. Then, suddenly, bubbles appear. The water starts to move. It begins to boil. Steam rises into the air. Everything changes in just a few seconds. But here's the important question. What made the water change? It was not one big moment of heat. It was all the small moments of heat added together. Each small degree of warmth built on the last one, slowly, quietly, patiently. And then, at just the right moment, everything changes at once. That moment is the tipping point. Section 4. Ideas travel like illnesses. Now here is one of the most interesting ideas in the whole book. Malcolm Gladwell says that ideas spread like a sickness. I know that sounds a little strange, but let me explain, and I think you will agree it's a brilliant idea. When one person gets sick with a cold, they pass it to another person. That person passes it to 2 more people. Those 2 people each pass it to more people. Very quickly, the whole office or the whole school is sick. Ideas work exactly the same way. One person reads something interesting and tells a friend. That friend tells 3 more people. Those people share it online, and before you know it, millions of people know about this idea. We have a special word for this today. When something spreads very fast online, we say it goes viral. Viral comes from the word virus, a tiny thing that spreads from one person to person. So when a video goes viral, it means it's spread like a virus, from one person to 10, from 10 to 1,000, from 1,000 to 1,000,000. The moment something jumps from a small group to a huge group, that is the tipping point. You have probably seen this happen on social media. A video sits quietly for days. Maybe 100 people watch it. Then one famous person shares it, and in 24 hours it has 10 million views. What happened? The tipping point arrived. Section 5. 3 types of special people. Malcolm Gladwell says that tipping points don't just happen by accident. Certain kinds of people help make them happen. He gives these people 3 interesting names. The first type is called a connector. A connector is someone who knows many people. They are social and friendly. They move between different groups. When they hear something new, they naturally share it with everyone they know. Think about someone in your life who seems to know everybody. These are connectors. When a connector shares an idea, that idea reaches many different kinds of people very fast. The second type is called a maven. Maven means an expert, someone who knows a great deal about a topic. Mavens love information. They research deeply. They know the best restaurants, the best products, the best deals, and most importantly, they love to share what they know. When a maven recommends something, people trust them completely. The third type is called a salesman. This does not mean someone in a shop. A salesman in this book is someone with great energy and great ability to persuade. They are warm and enthusiastic. After talking with them, you believe whatever they believe. Malcolm Gladwell says that for a tipping point to happen, you often need all 3. The maven finds the great idea, the connector spreads it everywhere, the salesman convinces people to actually care about it. Together, these 3 types of people create the conditions for a tipping point. Section 6. The stickiness factor. Here is another key idea from the book, the concept of stickiness. Something is sticky when it stays in your memory, when you simply cannot forget it. Think about a song you hear in the morning and then sing to yourself all day. That song is sticky. It sticks to your brain like glue. Or think about a TV show that you start watching and cannot stop. You watch one episode, then another, then another. Before you know it, it is 2 in the morning. That show is sticky. Malcolm Gladwell says that for something to reach its tipping point, it must be sticky. It must have a quality that makes people remember it, return to it, and share it with others. This is also very useful for your English learning. When you learn a new word or phrase, try to connect it to something sticky. Connect it to a story. Connect it to an emotion. Connect it to a funny memory. Sticky information is remembered information. Section 7. the power of context. The third big idea in this book is what Gladwell calls the power of context. This means that our behavior is strongly influenced by the environment around us. Where we are and what is happening around us has a very big effect on what we do. Here is one of the most surprising examples from the book. In the late 1980s, the city of New York had a very serious problem with crime. The streets felt dangerous. The subway stations were dirty. Graffiti covered every single train. People were afraid. Then, the city decided to try something new. They started by cleaning the graffiti every night. They also started arresting people for very small crimes, like jumping over the subway gate without paying. Many people said, "This is crazy. Why focus on small things when big crimes are happening?" But something unexpected occurred. As the environment became cleaner, as small things were taken seriously, the big crimes began to decrease too. The city became safer. Not because of one huge action, but because of many small changes to the environment. Why did this work? Because the dirty environment was sending a message. The message was, nobody cares here. You can do whatever you want. When the environment changed, the message changed, and people's behavior changed with it. This is the power of context. Your environment shapes your habits. Your habits shape your life. If you want to practice more English, change your context. Put English books near your bed. Change your phone to English. Watch English videos before you sleep. When your environment speaks English, you naturally start living in English. Section 8. This is about your life too. Now, I want to speak directly to you, because this book is not just about why songs go viral or why cities become safer. It is about something much bigger. It is about understanding how real change works in the world and in your own life. Is there something you are trying to change right now? Maybe you are working to improve your English. Maybe you are building a new habit. Maybe you are working toward a goal that feels very far away. Maybe you have been trying for a long time and it feels like nothing is working. I want you to hear this clearly. The water in your pot is getting hotter, even if you cannot see it yet. Every time you study one new word, the water gets hotter. Every time you listen to one English podcast, the water gets hotter. Every time you try to speak, even when you make mistakes, the water gets hotter. You are building toward your own tipping point, slowly, quietly, powerfully. The boiling point will come, the moment when things suddenly feel easier, the moment when you understand faster, the moment when words come out of your mouth naturally without thinking. That moment is coming. Keep going. Vocabulary review. Before we finish, let us review the most important words from today. Say each one out loud with me. Tipping point. The special moment when something small becomes something big. Viral. When something spreads very fast from person to person like a virus. Sticky. When something stays in your memory and is hard to forget. Context. The environment and situation around you that influences how you behave. Connector. A person who knows many people and spreads ideas between them. Maven. An expert who loves information and loves to share it. Salesman. A person with energy and charm who can inspire and persuade people. Write these words down. Use them in a sentence today. That's how vocabulary becomes yours. And that's the end of today's episode on Daily English Talk. We talked about Malcolm Gladwell's famous book, The Tipping Point. We learned that big change often starts very small. We learned about the 3 types of people who spread ideas. We talked about stickiness, why some things stay in your mind, and we talked about context, how your environment shapes your behavior every single day. I hope this episode gave you something useful for your English and something useful for your life, too. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It truly helps other people find this channel and join our community. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe now so you never miss a new episode. I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me, what is your tipping point right now? What are you working toward? I read every comment and I would love to know. Thank you so much for being here today on Daily English Talk. Take care of yourself, keep practicing, keep growing. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.